Good morning, traders. Robert Pro, Bob Peterson, JC, John F., Greg Huntsman, Hollywood, James, Who Loves Lunatic, Bob Peterson, Yolanda, Flo, Hollywood, Flo, Mr. Rodriguez, Installer Pro, Chad, George P. Glad you guys could make it this morning. Looks like we might have a couple movers, hopefully. Like something more than a penny stock, but they're moving. Good morning, Broke Joe. Thank you very much. Saw CLLS moving earlier. Don't know what's going to be the better play here. That one's cheap. I'd rather see this one move than the other one. Guess we'll see at 6 a.m. what happens. About 3 minutes to go. Good morning, Fire Medic. Make sure your chart's on EXT or you won't be able to trade pre-market. Watching the SPY go sour just before our market opens. It's almost like it's a setup. Good morning, Rick Shelton. About 2 minutes to go before the market opens. Good morning, Double Dare. If you're new here, we're watching this column right here. It's been watching the market for the last 30 minutes. If the stock moves the least little bit, it gives it a score. The more it moves, the higher up the ladder it goes. We want to see a volume spike come in beside it, and then we come over here and monitor the volume, make sure we have enough to get in and get out safely. We're looking for a crossover of the moving averages with these arrows popping in. We want to see bullish up here, and we want to see the buyers outnumbering the sellers down here. About a minute to go. We'll be watching mainly this column and this column. Yeah, I don't know which one's going to take off here. Nothing spiking at the moment. Looks like brush hit the bottom. We'll watch it. Maybe we'll pump it up here and get a little dollars out of it. About 20 seconds to go. All right, let's see where it goes. I want to wait on the pullback. I don't want to play this red candle in case it dips on us, unless it takes off. Not seeing too many buyers coming in. There's a big buyer. So far, it's up a dime. Not a whole lot there. There is a pullback. That's what I wanted to see. See if the volume comes back in. Right now it's bearish. Looks like 272 is going to be that resistance level. Not a whole lot of gain there. Good morning, Randy. It turned into support. Let's see if we can stay above it. This is where we'll get the run up if it can support itself at 272. If it breaks down below it, though, it's going to be trouble getting up any higher. That would be your entry down in this level for the next run up, providing we can get some bullish volume to come in. No trouble getting the bearish volume to come in. This one not setting up correctly. I think I'm going to stay clear of it. MNPR taking off here. Another penny stock paying out them pennies, but you never know, could double in price. Nice little bump up. Did not pull back very much. It's probably going to be going up a little, I would think. It's not really has a lot of volume coming in. Looks like the 300, 4,300 there. May get something out of it. I'm going to hang on for a more higher price stock. Hit it hard if I get a good one. Nice bump up. Couple pennies. Bearish at the moment. So these dips is what you want to actually take your chance on. You don't want to try to chase it up. So whenever it pops up and you see a little short red candle and it's not really selling off, that's where you would make your entry. It's kind of like a pullback, but not as strong as I would like to see. I like to see half of the candle below it. We are going up though. That's what I'm talking about. You get a little red candle like this, you would take your entry here. But this is the second time we get a pullback. It is half of the previous candle. Looks like the volume is dying down on this stock. So when I see a stock doing this, let's say I got in here and it came up and it can't get any higher, I would get back out. That's me. Doesn't have the strength to get any further. CLLS. Check this one down here, PSTV. Good morning, Sandra, Randy, Alfredo, Greg R. Other stock paying pennies here. Not impressed so far. Pretty weak start. Good morning, Kenneth. Good morning, David Knight. MNPR may get a bounce here. Looks like the latecomers have found it and they think it's going to go more. Maybe they're not in here quick enough. Could continue to float along this resistance level here. CDIO on the move. Bunch of penny gains this morning, nothing impressive. Good morning, Raphael, Gregster. Nice little pop there. Say a pop for a penny. Thank you, OT. Contributions help me keep the bills paid. It's greatly appreciated. We sure need a better market that keeps the bills paid too. Good morning, Pat. ACU, we've seen this stock several times over the last couple of weeks. Looks pretty volatile this morning, though. Good morning, Flo. I saw that, OT. Thank you very much. Looks like this morning's activity is already slowing down. Good morning, EJ. Yeah, just when you get your hopes up, here comes the Fed to mess it all up. Times I wish they just shut their mouth and let her rip. It's been a while since we've had one really run up. I think we're due. Maybe we'll get one at 7 o'clock this morning. Top of the hour is usually when the news comes out. Good morning, Ruth. And the same to you. So far, nothing impressive. 10-cent gain, I think, is the most we saw. And it would have been tough to claim that 10 cents. Good morning, Kyle. Well, I was hoping we were setting up for some channel bouncing here for 10 cents, but I'm not seeing it happen. Like to see it run along this support level and run back up and back down and back up. It still could happen, I suppose, but not looking too promising. Couple pennies here on CDIO. Got to have fast fingers this morning to catch these little bumps. I really don't think they're worth the trouble myself. Yeah, it's not a very good start. It is the first of the month. Hopefully it remains a rumor and not a true story. But they're saying it's going to be the worst November ever. Let's see if that happens. Never can believe what you hear anymore. You just have to wait and see if it happens. If it does, what can you do? Play the game until it's over. Make the best of it. That's all you can do. The SPY is headed down. Good morning, Danish. You haven't missed anything. Couple pennies here and there. TRKA making a small move here. Nice little bounce for 2 pennies. Let's see if the other buyers see that little bump and start coming in. We'll be watching this volume, the current bar here. I don't think there's enough there to impress anybody to get in. If you're new here, I am Ricky Gaspard, a guy who trades from his home office. I've been trading since 1990. I'm also a ThinkorSwim coder. And I write my own scripts. I started out with this volume spike. This is my newest creation. It's monitoring the volume up or down. It lets us know the moment a stock starts moving. This momentum script aside, it's been watching the market for the last 30 minutes for anything that's moving. When it first starts moving, it gets a low score. The higher it moves, the higher the score, and it starts working its way up the ladder. Once we see a volume spike over here and the stock is moving up, we click on it and we make sure there's enough volume to get in and out safely. We always watch the current bar. We confirm that these moving averages have crossed over. This is the 5 EMA and the 13 EMA. We then watch for these spike arrows to come in. Once we see this activity happen, we look down here, make sure there's more buyers and sellers in the market. We like to see a bullish signal up here that's monitoring the first candle. Once we see everything happening, we make our decision if we want to get in or not. This morning, we haven't had anything that was too impressive. So we're still waiting. So if you haven't joined my YouTube channel, the link is in the description. Watch the videos on the YouTube channel, subscribe to the channel, like the videos, leave me a comment, let YouTube know what kind of a job I'm doing. It also lets me know what kind of a job I'm doing by your comments. In the description of every video is a link to our Discord where there's about 1,600 investors over there. Everybody's helping everybody. That's the link in the chat if you haven't joined our Discord. Once you click on the link, make sure you accept the disclaimer or you won't see any channels. Once you get in there and you see channels, head on over to the how-to videos if you don't know how to install scripts, indicators, and labels. Video number 8 will walk you through the installation. Video number 9 will explain a little bit about Discord. Visit our other channels. We have the trading floor with Gregster and River Place Dad doing their due diligence on stocks and posting the good stock picks that you'll find throughout the day. We have Options Trader channel with It's Me Bob. He is very good at teaching options. He gives you pointers throughout the day and occasionally holds a live stream when he has enough participants and gets a little bit deeper into options. Of course, we have the large cap stocks and the futures. So explore all the channels and visit and talk with other investors. They're there to help you if they can. To get these scripts, head on over to Current Setup. Steps 1 through 4 will put all these indicators on your computer for you. Just follow the install video number 8 in how-to videos. Never trade off of my screen. My screen is sometimes delayed. Make sure you're set up on your own computer, trading in real time. And I thank you for joining us this morning as we patiently wait on the next stock to start moving. Good morning, Alex Tan. I think our next flow of stocks will be near 7 o'clock. It's pretty dead at the moment. This is our pre-market scan. If you don't have one set up, it's over in TOS Scans on Discord. It's a very simple scan. I'll move it up here on the chart. I have a price of 25 cents and no maximum. But in this range, you should put the price that you want to trade. So if you only like stocks between $1 and 10, that's what I would put in these two areas. Mine is wide open so I can make everybody happy. We have large cap investors and small. I have a minimum volume of 10,000. This after hours percent change, you can find it under studies. I'll just do it here for a second. Then you go to price. Well, it's not going to let me do it unless I cover the whole screen. So you would go to price, and this is the after hours percentage right here. That would be this line here. And it's at 2%, extended hours are checked, and it's on 1 minute. And that's the scan you're looking at here. So it's continually monitoring pre-market with that after hours selected. Then we have these two scripts that are monitoring all of the stocks in this scan for any movement that may happen. These two indicators will do all the searching for you. They'll let you know the moment a stock starts moving up or down. They'll let you know how powerful the volume is by these numbers right here. So all we do is sit, sip our coffee in pre-market, wait for the next one to fire up. Hopefully we can get a piece of it. Stone cold, I have no idea. I actually don't keep up with the news. All I care about is these two columns right here. I don't let anything else distract me. I watch numbers because they can put out some really bad news and all of a sudden you see a stock taking off. It's like yesterday we had a stock going up when the SPY was crashing. So there you go. It's all about the numbers. It's about the buyers and the sellers. Good morning, David. I look at it this way: in November of next year is the election. So I'm counting down from 12 months to 11 months to 10 months. That's all I care about. I want time to pass so we can have a change of presidency. I think all these troubles are created, not just natural. I guess CLLS went up. Y'all said it went up all night, creeping up. I guess it creeped up as high as it wants to go. And it's done absolutely nothing this morning. Came up about a dime right here. That's if you could have caught the whole dime. Well, you have time to go fill your coffee cup up. about 12 minutes before the top of the hour. If something's going to happen, it'll happen just around that time. Back road, that's usually how it goes when we can't play, they're moving. Nothing happening at the moment. I'm working here in the background. That's why I'm silent. I just put that bid ask spread label in TOS scripts. I broke it out of this setup, so if you just only want the bid ask spread label, it's now there. In TOS scripts on Discord. Robert, I haven't got to test it very much. That's it down here below the chart. We haven't had a market to really let me test it. Good job, Dana. I need to be able to demonstrate it in a video, but when there's nothing in it, how do you demonstrate it? So sometimes I leave the recorder on, hoping I can cut a slice of the video out, but the market just hasn't cooperated for me. Good morning, Jimmy. Sun W. No volume. Must have been a single purchase. CLLS done dropped all the way down here to the bottom of the list. Probably going to fall off the chart here in a minute. Good morning, RBD. If you haven't hit the like button on my live stream and you like what you see here, please do me a favor and click the like button so YouTube knows that I'm doing something good over here. Every little thing we can do to grow the channel helps. Your participation is always appreciated. That's the volume spike indicator. It's on 1 minute. I'm on 0 and 0. That's all you change on it. If you don't have these two lines of code, you need to go get the one. They're actually both the same. I checked them yesterday. So if you're still hanging on to the older version, you need to get this one. So go reload it out of current setup. That's what I just said, current setup. I checked them yesterday. I copied it right off of my machine and put them in there. Couple minutes, well, 1 minute till 7 o'clock. Maybe something will pop up here and take off. PGTX, possibly. Maybe some news will come out at 7. Give them a couple minutes to read the news. If it's good news, it'll be shown right here. If they start buying, it pops up. It is now 7 o'clock. So if something's going to happen, it's going to be in these next 2 or 3 minutes. Not impressed so far. Jimmy, try changing scans and going back to all stocks. Mine does that sometime as well. MNPR. Will it come up from the bottom? Can it break resistance of 0.6072? I know the feeling, Bob. Not much to choose from lately. SYTA on the move. Volume is quite low. Always go from here to here and see if we have enough volume to get in. You want to see it really cranking, not just 10,000 shares here and there. You want to see that 100,000, 200,000, 500,000. You want to really know that the buyers are really there. Just a couple of purchases here and there doesn't do it for me. Probably going to pop here for another nickel, and it did. Got to have fast fingers to catch it, though. Good morning to you. Good morning, Coach. I'll take a look at ZVSA. It's under my radar. I'm at 25 cents. It's below that. That's why it's not showing up on my charts. MNPR still trying to get up there. We do have a support and resistance zone that would pay about 12 cents. Not very much unless you have a lot of shares. Still struggling to get off of that 0.6072 level. This is the price range I like to play around in right here. Very easy if you play it right and the volume is there. Very easy to make $1 a share on a stock like this. So even if you just bought 100 shares, it's very easy to get a couple of $100. Instead of going for those pennies, I like to go for dollars. Just buy less shares, it pays just as much as if you were battling a penny stock. You only bought 50 shares for $1,500 and it goes up $1, you make $50. Sometimes they'll take off for $3 or $4 and you're really impressed then. Not impressed with today's market. It's as bad as yesterday. In fact, yesterday may have been better. Only seen a nickel or a dime gain this morning. That's if you could have caught the whole dime. If you're new here, this is just a pre-market scan with the after hours indicator loaded into it. We're watching these two columns. This column's watching the stocks over the last 30 minutes, letting us know the ones that are moving. If they're moving, they get a score depending on how much they're moving. So the lower volume stocks will start down here. If the buyers come in, they start working their way up the Momo ladder. We like to see a volume spike come in beside that number that lets us know lots of buyers are coming in. This is what we do each morning. We sit here and monitor the pre-market scan and wait for something to pop up. We don't have to go searching for them. If they're moving, they're going to be here. Unfortunately, a bunch of penny stocks bouncing around this morning. Not much of a play anywhere yet. The list is getting a little bit longer now. You can see this indicator picks up even the slightest movement. MNPR still trying to get up off of that level. There is a resistance level on this stock at 72 cents. You just can't see it on the chart, but it will appear if it goes up. We do have a crossover of the moving averages. That's the 5 and the 13 EMA you're looking at. We do have one spike arrow. We do not have a bullish candle here. We do have more buyers than sellers, but there's not enough buyers. Not impressive when you zoom out. You can see the downward trend. Probably just a bounce off the bottom. We do have a lower high. Always zoom out, get the bigger picture before you invest. This doesn't look so bad here, but when you give it one click back, you can see that it's been in a downtrend for quite some time. Can't really tell that by here. So always look back before you pull that buy signal. MNPR holding on all day for a penny. List is getting a little bit longer now. You ever see this stock ZVZZT? That's only a test symbol for the exchange. It's not really a stock. I actually don't even know what they do with it, but it pops up occasionally. Good morning, Peanut. Good morning to you as well. List is getting a little bit longer. Good morning, Gigi. Good morning, Ford. Picker. I'm not impressed this morning. It's been a tough one, not much moving at all. Yeah, I think 2 o'clock is going to probably be the next bump up. It's sure not happening in pre-market this morning. Maybe ALDX is going to pop here for us. We need some volume coming in, and it is. It is bullish. Let's see if it can maintain. Give me 1 second. Let me see what this stock's going to do. Watching the tick chart, it's currently red. Little tiny red candle on the tick chart. Watching the current volume, it's just barely coming in. That would be this bar here. Good morning, Francisco. Man, we just don't have the volume to bring anything up. When it's that low, I'm afraid to pull the trigger. Good morning, Dupree Johnson. See you later, Raphael. There's a little pop for a few pennies. I have a feeling since nothing's moving, people are going to jump on this and drive it up. I don't know why I have that feeling, but maybe I'm being hopeful here. There is that little pullback that I like to see. I'm going to try it for 1,000 shares. Let's see if it go. See if we can get it to come up. That's not good. I got out there, it broke even. I'm not impressed with the way it's acting. Actually, I got a bad exit. I'm minus $20. And then it goes up, of course. Maybe one of y'all could do a little bit better than I just did. Ticker, it's only limit orders here as well. Let me get you that link, RDB. You're talking about the Discord, I assume. There's the link to Discord. You are welcome. You can always find the link under any video if I'm not here to give it to you. The pre, I have a lot of live videos from every pre-market. They're recorded. They're the best ones to watch for this demonstration. I don't have a short video for this, but you can scroll through those live videos and get to the good parts. It's fairly easy. We just mainly monitor these two indicators here. We watch for this crossover. These arrows to pop in. We like to monitor the volume, make sure there's enough volume to get in and out. We're also monitoring this current candle. It'll throw a bullish label up here if there's buyers coming in. And we watch this volume label for the overall volume, or there's more buyers than sellers in the overall volume of the stock. That's really all there is to it. Then you wait for one to fire up over here, if I can catch it. We have MNPR taking off. JC, I hope you bought some. This is what I'm talking about on these higher priced stocks. You get dollars, not pennies. So if you buy less shares, you're just as well off waiting on these bigger gains. This is why I like to play in the upper range. So from 38 to 42, it's been bouncing around on these charts this morning for us. I should have stuck with it. It's too late now. I'm not going to chase it. And it'll probably go up another $4 because I won't chase it. You're welcome, Dupree. Plus, you don't have a bunch of cheaper people jumping in here, destroying the little run from a penny stock. They have to have money to play in this field. So they're not going to just jump in and jump out like the little cheaper stocks. Still rising dollars here. Good morning, Steve 66. So at 100 shares, $3,800, just say 4,000. Could have made $300 or $400 on 100 shares. Let's take a look at the big picture. It may have a lot more to go. Let's see. No, it doesn't. It's probably at a high. And it is. So be cautious in this area if you're in it. Good job, Dusty. Good call, JC. JC's always on top of them. I guess you've recognized that by now. He's a Hawkeye. He watches them closely while I'm sitting here rattling my mouth. I know you did. I should have watched it from the beginning. It was pulling back when you first posted it, so I clicked off of it. Yeah, we need to pull back now at this area here. I'd like to see it pull back to about here, though. The volume's not real high on it. Good job, back road. We may come down to where I'm hoping it's going to go. Yeah, it's pulling back. Just wish it had more volume. Now we're going to run back up. That was too quick for me. I was expecting another tick down. Instead, we got a tick up. Somebody else trying to call the bottom there, probably. We still may come down to it. The last candle was only 11,000 shares traded. That's not very much at all. Not a whole lot of buyers in here. It's easy to move a stock that has no volume. Yeah, I would like to see it over here in either one of these watch lists just pumping away, but it's not. It's down here doing nothing. Up here doing nothing. It's in the list, but not really triggering a volume spike. It's like they already gave up on it. We'll go ahead and mark this level here. In case it starts playing around between those two zones. Almost a couple bucks between them two lines. Well, if it was at 7 a.m., it took them 30 minutes to decide if it was good or not. I think it's desperate buyers looking for anything to drive up right now. Yeah, any new technology that comes out, they all want to attach themselves to it, which is not a bad thing. It drives the stock price up. You'll notice when something comes out new, if they can apply it to their company, they will, just to drive it up. Good morning, old thumb. Dana, when I pulled up the pre-market settings earlier, did you compare them to yours? This is what they've been doing to Mara over the last 6-8 months. It'll get up around $9-10 and they'll beat it back down. It's usually a $14 stock. MNPR making a bounce, finally broke through. Good morning, imputed. MNPR paying them pennies out. It's been struggling all morning. Finally broke through that 72-cent range. Still hadn't made it to 80. Sorry about the mowing noise. It's my next door neighbor's lawn service. We're at that 8 o'clock hour. I'm going to take a 10-minute break here. Nothing's going to be happening for the next 10 minutes. At least I hope not. And I shall return. right, I made it back. Looks like I missed another one while I was off on my little journey. That was $1 run right there. Dippy, I just changed the colors of mine. It's the same as the V4. I have vision issues, so I put mine on white. Makes it easier for me to see. May want to try uninstalling it and reinstalling it. I did have one other subscriber. He could not get the arrows whatsoever, and I never figured his out. He was the only one, so it had to be on his side. Almost thinking they were on a Mac. Thank you, Dippy. I missed both plays, this one and W. Need to start paying attention while I'm talking. Well, had I been here, I probably would have, but I was on my break, and I probably would have tried to get it as soon as it popped up when it looks like this. And these indicators are pointing north like that. It's a strong run. So yes, definitely I would have gotten in. Probably would have did 1,000 shares had I been here. So if y'all ever want to make money, I'll just leave the computer and y'all pull the trigger. I don't count arrows. Once it takes off over here, the arrow is just confirmation that yes, it is going up. All these are is confirmations of what's happening over here. I play mainly price action and volume. If the volume is there and the price is going up and it's over here in these two indicators, why not give it a shot? That's why I designed these like I did, to monitor volume and not what happened in the past. I like live data trading. As it's happening, make your decision. This could be a pullback right here. From here to there. Not much room to play with anymore. The run has already happened. David, yes, even though there was not a pullback, when you see tall green candles like this, you can get in. Now, I don't know if I would do that at market open because that's a whole different type of trading. After market opens, everybody's involved. So you'll have to battle the crowd to try to get a run like this at market open. Pre-market is much easier. There's a lot less sellers sitting in the background waiting to drop a bunch of shares. But at market open, that's a different story. When you see something like this in pre-market, don't be afraid of it. I do play a lot of pullbacks though, but I do also buy green candles when the run looks like this. Now W probably would have been a different story. It was just creeping up. It wasn't pointing up like this far north. It was more or less on a 45-degree angle going up. It was a lot slower progress. Would have been a little bit more thinking on that getting in. The steeper the angle, the better the run. Yeah, them tall green candles means a lot of volume. Then when you see the next candle open at the top of the previous candle like this, that's another strong indication it's going to continue to go. It's almost like a gap up between each candle. Not quite, but I think you get the point. I think these are the two most powerful indicators to ever hit ThinkorSwim. CLLS, after all this time, finally made it to that upper resistance level I mentioned earlier. We're getting closer to market open. We may see them pump up a few stocks. Just be careful. They'll probably sell them off right before market opens. Trying to get that last pre-market play in there. That's why I don't change over to market open until about 5 minutes till, sometimes 2 or 3 minutes till. I want to monitor if they're pumping one up prior to market open. Star, maybe your settings are not exactly like mine. I have a 25-cent minimum volume with no maximum. Minimum of 10,000 shares in volume and 2% on the after hours. And that's it. 25 cents to nothing, 10,000 on the volume minimum, 2% on after hours. Let's go ahead and change over here. I'm going to move the all stock scan up here. Down here, I'm going to put in the high flyers again. It's been very rewarding during the day. Had another runner yesterday off of it. So if you've never been here for market open, this column is going to get very volatile. You're going to see lots of greens and reds, hopefully more greens than reds. The SPY is up prior to market open. It made a nice gap up from 417 to 419. So we may see some activity here. We're going to be watching these top 3 or 4 stocks. Or if you see one running up from the bottom, jump on the train and ride it. About 2 minutes to go. If we start getting a list of stocks down here in high flyers, keep your eye on the top one. You may think it's not going to do anything, but in this top level position, they usually pop up. About a minute to go. Be careful at market open, and good luck to everyone. Habanero, I'll have to address your question later. We're fixing to hit market open here. Not going to let you distract me. I need to make some money. Seeing some green coming in. Good luck. Going to be watching these top stocks. TGTX looks good. It is near the top. Lots of green on the board. We haven't seen that in a while. The SPY is now pulling back though. EXTR gapping up at open. Now pulling back. These little red pullbacks that you want to enter in if it doesn't continue to fall. I like to see it pull back about half of that first candle. Sometimes we don't quite get it before they pop back up again. SPY has a big red candle down. It's like every time the bell rings, they drag the market down for us. They give us that promising green before open, and then they red it out. Pretty depressing. TGTX at a resistance level. Extra pulling back. I'll set the high level there. Hopefully we can come down into this area, and we did already. I'd like to see the body of the candle come down that far. Looks like we're going to run up from here. Volume is low. It's not looking good though. Lots of green on the board. TGTX pulling up through. Good job, David. EXTR breaking through finally. It did pull back from about mid-range of that candle. Still not too impressed with the volume on that stock. Nice pullback on TGTX. May get another run up here if we can get through that 1069. Do have 250,000 shares traded in that candle. LIFW making a run for it here. Some sellers taking advantage of that little climb. TGTX did make it back up to $11. And broke through. Must have been a bunch of pending orders sitting at $11. Because it quickly came back down. Doesn't look like the SPY is doing much at the moment. It's kind of just holding a level. Looks like it might be over for W. Looks like it might be over for everything for a minute. I'm seeing red coming in. The SPY's not moving. That's fine, JC. You can send it to me. So in a good market, we don't have to fight as much as we are now. Right now, we're just trying to catch the bounces. In a good market, after everything calms down, you usually have 3 or 4 or 5 that stick around and slowly climb throughout the day. Haven't been seeing that in this bear market. So it's kind of like you have to play the volatility of the open and hope you get lucky. I don't like that kind of trading. I like to trade the natural swing of a stock that usually moves $1 or $2 up and down during the day. Not much of a volatility player, hoping that I click the mouse at the right time while it's going up. So on this high flyer scan, what it is I've stacked the moving averages. So this scan is looking for stocks where the 5 is above the 13 is above the 34, and the price is above the 5. So the price is above the 5 is above the 13 is above the 34, and they're usually trickling upwards like this. That's what this scan is looking for. This is what I was doing yesterday, just monitoring this first stock, and all of a sudden they just pop and take off. Didn't happen on every one, but it happened on quite a few. This scan was kind of like my only hope yesterday and the day before, actually. I believe last Friday and yesterday. You too, Johnny. Have a blessed one. It's going to be one of those days, it looks like. If the Fed is speaking, it'll be slow crawling stocks until that happens. This one is trying to get up there, BTAI. We've played it before. Let's back out of it and see about where it could head. It's actually at a high. So it will probably play out here soon unless a lot of buyers come in. If they're in this list, though, they're pretty strong. Good job, Dusty. If this stock is on a pullback, it should be to that level there. That should become support. TGTX, take a look at it. Maybe a bounce off the bottom, maybe not. That was a pretty hard pullback there. Usually when they pull back this hard, it's just going to barely creep along until it recovers some of it. Good job, imputed. You just have to show up here every morning and watch over and over and over. You eventually catch on. It's not something you're going to learn overnight. That's why I come here and repeat it every day. Keeps your mind fresh, keeps my mind fresh. I wouldn't doubt if this stock turned around and came back and retested this level down here. Looks like the SPY made a little run up about 10 minutes ago. Now gradually dropping. Just remember, we're playing the worst market ever in history. We're finding a few winners. It's going to be much better in a bull market, or at least if we could just get the bear market to cooperate with a few risers. We can still be in a bear market but have a bull market day. We haven't had one for a while. EXTR finally came up off of that level. It was just trending along here. It was in this scan earlier as well. Market is pretty much dying out. There's no volume in the upper scan, in the all stock scan. Probably going to be a repeat of yesterday. I'll be sitting here watching the high flyers, hoping I can grab a play or two. And hopefully that happens. Well, we just don't have the volume to drive these stocks. I guess a lot of people sitting on their hands like they have been for the last couple of years. We need the buyers to come back into the market. When you're dealing with volume this low, it's going to be hard to make any money. Just got to stay here and wait for the one that perked your interest and pulled the trigger on it. Just wish we had a lot more volume to play. Normal conditions, when the kids go back to school, things start picking up. That did not happen this year. This is ALDX. It sit down here in the top level for about 5 or 10 minutes. Then it jumped up here in the first level. Got a little bump. That's why I kind of like sitting here monitoring the high flyer stock. That stock was in there for quite some time at the top level. See, Pixie is now sitting at that level. Hadn't had a spike yet, but it is there. Now ALDX is back there again. Also have TRKA there as well. just can't pull the trigger on the volume that low. I just can't bring myself to do it. All it takes somebody come in and sell 20,000 shares, and that doubles the volume downwards. I know there's money to be made there, but it's too slow for me. Kind of like right now, are you guessing that it's going to be the next a purchase or a sell? ALDX still on the top down here on the high flyer scan. It's currently refreshing. It should go back to the top. This would be a good scan for everyone to learn. If you load it and just start playing it, start watching how it responds, you'll catch on to it. And go back to W and look at it. Probably going to run into resistance at 42.51. See you later, RBD. Have a blessed day. Have a blessed day. ALDX still holding this top position. W coming down to retest, 42.51. Spread is 14 cents on W. So here they go again, jacking up the spreads on low volume stocks. Now they know you want to buy it, so it's even higher. That's dirty pool, in my opinion. W is looking pretty strong on my indicators. Like we may go up and retest 44.39. Not enough volume to perk my interest. I mean, it's just barely creeping. 1,000 at a time. Good job, picker. Excuse me. Yeah, send it over in a direct message. Looks like we are going to go up here on W. I really don't want to get in with this low volume. I'm afraid somebody's going to dump 30,000 shares. Then I'll look back 15 minutes from now and it'll be at 44.39. ALDX still in that number one position, holding its price level at this point. Volume is picking up on W. Thank you, Wayne, for your contribution. Very much appreciated. I think the volume is so low, it's hard to make a call on W. I'm not going to buy a bunch of shares when it's acting like this. I hate playing low volume stocks. Even if they're a nice price, I still hate playing them. I like to see that volume rush come in. I like to slip in and slip out without anybody knowing I was in there. Just a quick profit and I'm gone. like ALDX is now consolidating or squeezing or whatever you want to call it. You are welcome, JC. And thank you for posting those stock picks when I can't pay attention. I need to start watching you like you're watching me so I don't miss them. It's nice to have a couple indicators doing all the work for you, that's for sure. I know it's helped me a lot. Pretty sure it's helped you guys as well. Not having to chase them down and find out what's moving, not having to go to other websites and looking for top gainers, not having to join a forum that's going to tell you, hey, we're buying this one. You get to find all that information out for real right here. But unfortunately, the market's not so good right now, and we're having a little hard time waiting on something to pop up. It usually happens better in pre-market. We are finding a few, but they're just creeping. It's past 9 o'clock. Things usually die down at 9. In this bear market, they do anyway. I guess people give up. So I'm going to leave it with you guys. My time has expired. I've got things I need to get done. I appreciate you joining me today. If you haven't joined our YouTube channel, please subscribe, like the videos, comment on the videos, let YouTube know what kind of a job I'm doing here. In the video description of each video, you will find a link to our Discord, but I'll go ahead and post it here for you this morning. If you haven't joined us, we are a community of investors helping each other. Come on board. You can get some help or give some help depending on your knowledge. And as always, have a blessed day. And God bless. I'm out of here.